Hi and welcome to midday.com. And joining us today, we have a filmmaker who has scooped us fabulous reviews and audience appreciation as well. Please welcome Hansal Mehta.
Hi, Natasha.
Hi, firstly, congratulations for the success of Scoop.
Thank you.
And let's start with the title. Of course, having watched the series, now we know why it is an apt title. But what does Scoop mean to you, really?
Scoop for me is about, you know, that desperation to have your news out first.
Hmm.
And I think that's where the title also came from. It was, driven by my principal character, the protagonist's desperation to have that page one, to have that byline, and to, get that scoop out in the papers every single day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's as you can see from the show, it's about that and the price that she paid for that ambition.
And that is something journalists would definitely identify with, getting a page one byline, which is the start of the story and the things you do for that. But now that the other audience is also connected to the newsroom, the little details. So was that a surprise, the kind of reception you all received?
The advantage of the show is that we approached it as a story. We approached it as a human drama, and in it's a human drama set in the world of journalism. So
Yeah.
the attempt was to make it immersive, but an immersion into the life of a journalist also.
Hmm.
So I think for me it was always a family drama. It was
Okay.
a story about family. It was a story about uh, an ordinary woman in a big city, her aspirations, about the attitude of men towards a woman with those aspirations. So it was more about that, and I think that is what has resonated with the larger section of the audience.
And a lot of the scenes, especially the prison scenes, they can be sometimes they can be a bit much for the regular audience. But I think you handle that very well as well. Not doing too much as well as keeping it real. So, what were your
So
thoughts?
it's a balance.
Yeah.
We try to balance it. I mean, they could have become very, very loud and melodramatic, or they could have been very, very boring. So we had to sort of maintain that balance between realism and hyperrealism to sort of communicate what exactly the character went through while in prison.
And a lot of your actors also, at that time they weren't receiving really meaty roles, especially Karishma, your lead, or Harman Babeja. But you still took that risk, and today, of course, they are receiving appreciation. So, what convinced you really?
There was a line in Scam,
Huh.
which was "risk hai to isk hai," and I think
Yeah.
that is one of my personal philosophies in life, that you have to take those chances if your instinct tells you to take it. I believe in following my instincts.
And of course, we have to mention Mohammad Zishan and Kalista Chatterjee as well.
Yeah, outstanding.
Great performers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you'd like to tell us a little about your conversation with them as well when you approached them.
Zishan is somebody who sort of has been as integral a part of my, reinvention, resurrection, my innings, Shahid onwards. Almost as instrumental as Rajkumar. He's been part of that journey.
Yeah.
He was there in Shahid, and so we have a very deep personal bond, Zishan and me. So he almost does not question me when I ask him to do something for me. And but I was determined this time that as an actor, he deserves to get his due. He deserves to be. Everybody knows that he's a fantastic actor, but I felt that we needed to go beyond that knowledge that he's a fantastic actor, and that he needed to shine as somebody who can who's seen as a actual lead performer, a lead actor.
Yeah, true. And if you'd like to mention about Tanishta as well, how did you approach?
Tanishta is somebody, I mean, who's such a lovely actor. I've always liked her as an actor. I've seen so much of her work. And while there was not a the role was not very long. It was still a very strong part. And I mean, again, she was very, very generous in just saying yes to me without even questioning, you know. So somewhere I'm blessed that, actors have put their faith in me.
And since it is based on a real person and of course other real people as well, so as part of your research, did you speak to other journalists involved as well? Or did you refer to the book as?
The book was a starting point, definitely. But I mean, we had a research team that was led by Deepu Sebastian, who used to work with, the Indian Express before. And based on one of his stories, there was a show called Jamtara which came out on Netflix. So Deepu, and Deepu was a character in my film Aligarh. Rajkumar Rao played Deepu Sebastian in Aligarh. So Deepu, interviewed a lot of people. But as a principal, I keep myself away from research.
Okay.
I don't really get too involved in research. Otherwise, I get bogged down by it. I try to, keep that balance between fact and fiction. And, I try to focus on engaging audiences in the drama, in the characters. And also, we very early on, we had taken a decision that we are going to, use the book as a basis, use the research as a basis, but we are going to fictionalize. So, this is a work of fiction, essentially, based and inspired on a true story.
Yeah, definitely. And also, is crime a genre that you enjoy not only as a filmmaker but as an audience as well? And any favorites coming from them?
I enjoy good, engaging stories. For me, more than a genre, I need to have compelling characters to watch. So, for me, Delhi Crime was a great show because the characters were so compelling. Shefali's character, Rajesh Telang's character, all those characters were so compelling. Those actors were so wonderful. That sort of drives me to binge watch.
And from what we know, your next is a crime thriller as well with Kareena. So if there's anything you could tell us.
I cannot talk more about it at this stage.
Okay.
I mean, let us come closer to the release so we can talk in more detail then.
And also, since it's Pride Month and you mentioned Aligarh, one of the most beautiful films on the LGBTQIA plus community has been made by you, Aligarh. So do people still talk to you about it? Because, it is one of the reference points when it comes to a film on the community.
It's a shining jewel in my filmography, in my body of work. And I am always so proud of it. And I think what it achieved at that time and what it continues to achieve is that, while the law has been repealed, Section 377, attitudes have yet to, we still have a long way to go in terms of attitudinal change. And I think Aligarh will continue to remain an important conversation piece in that when that conversation on LGBTQ, their rights and their, the importance of recognizing the rights of the community, like when we talk about marriage and so many other rights that are still being denied to the community. I think Aligarh is an important conversation piece in those in that movement.
And another project we have to talk about is another hit, which is Scam 1992, and people are waiting. When is the next season coming? So, if there's anything you could tell us.
We are currently in post-production of season 2, and so that's all I can tell you right now. I mean, when we are closer to the, but very soon you will see season 2 of Scam. It's directed by Tushar Hiranandani. I am the showrunner on it. So he has his own unique perspective and style of shooting. And I'm as excited to watch it as the audiences are.
And anything else that you'd like to add about your upcoming projects? What can the audience expect next?
I'm currently getting into the shoot of my show on Mahatma Gandhi. And that's all I can tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's these exciting times ahead. I'm really excited.
All right. Thank you so much and best of luck for all your future projects.
Thank you, Natasha.
Thank you.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.